Today is the day. We celebrate our independence. Ouchie Wawa. Hello, welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect 72 degrees out. We're playing Independence Day on the Sega Saturn today. Independence Day on the Saturn, based on the hit feature film of the same name from... when was that movie released? It was the late 90s, right? Oh, no, what was this movie? 96. Alright, mid-90s. 1996. Mid-90s. Independence Day, big movie. Huge blockbuster film. One of the final films from the era of the blockbuster that used to use practical sets and effects and stuff. It's a great movie to go back to, not because it's a great movie. which, yeah, it's got a lot of fun stuff, but it's very silly. But it's great going back and looking at all the little models and stuff that they blow up. Looking at all the little tiny models that they just explode in various sequences. A lot of impressive model work there. A lot of sequences of, like, whole streets getting blown up and little model cars flying through the air. It's a movie that would be done 100% in CG these days, but God, so much great model work. Sky2Fall, thank you for the 199. Ham-ha! Happy todayeth of July. Happy todayeth of July, indeed. It's the todayeth of July. That's right. That's today. I didn't want to play this on actual July 4th, because, I don't know, I don't feel very patriotic on that day. This is an extremely patriotic movie. Zyquery, thank you for the $5. Love the new Carla cop face, assigned cop in birth, still lives rent-free in my head. Thank you. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Yeah, when I was working on it, that's every once in a while I have a cartoon where I can't tell if it's actually going to be good until right at the very end. And this was one of those. The entire time I was working on it, I was like, well, they can't all be winners. They can't all work out. Yeah. Yeah. Heard the actual movie is quite boring. Independence Day? I don't think boring... There's many qualities I would give the film. Boring is not one of them. It kind of constantly got different stuff going on. It's a pretty easy movie to watch in a modern setting too. Like it's just non-stop nonsense. utter nonsense from start to finish. Independence Day is a lot of things, but it isn't boring. It's stupid, but it's not boring. Yeah. Like a million miles a minute. Yeah, this is not a slow-going movie, really. Got the box right here. I remember Will Smith punching an alien. Yeah. Which brings me to my little drawing today, which I'm very proud of. Independence Day. The fate of the world is in your hands. You're in the cockpit against Earth's deadliest menace. in this high-tech flight-based game with blazing arcade thrills. Battle alien attack fighters as you obliterate the city destroyers deployed by the massive alien mothership. As your mission progresses from city to city, you fly faster and more heavily armed planes, from the F-18 Hornet to the captured alien fighter from Area 51, building to a death-defying climax in a whiplash-paced assault inside the mothership. Don't choke, the world is counting on you. A man who's obsessed with being probed by aliens gets the emotional climax. What more could you want? Hey boys, remember me? I'm back. Extremely funny that guy goes out flying up into the ship's technological butthole. What a day for that guy. He probes the ship, never put that together. Yeah. It is a fitting end for that character. What a movie this was. If you want to see I don't know, if you're looking for like truly nonsense 90s movies, this is a good one. You could do much worse. Here we are, we're off to fight the aliens. Sky2Fall, thank you for the 199. Hey boys, remember my face that you touched? Remember my face? I guess we're ready to go. Got a bit of a headache today, which is too bad. I made a stew earlier. I was doing all good. I made a stew. Delicious stew. Not a lobscouse like I did last time. I just made a more traditional stew. I really wanted to make a lobscouse, but was out of some of this stuff. I made a stew, and then I just ended up with a headache unrelated to that. Completely unrelated to the stew. I have those sound effects. What kind of stew? I don't even know what you would call it. It's just a regular stew, I guess. I just threw a bunch of stuff in a pot. Made a stew out of it. It's got some brown rice miso in it. What else? I mean, barley. Vegetables. TVP. Alright, let's press the start button. Did you put potatoes in the stew? No, I really wanted to put potatoes in the stew, but... I was out of potatoes. I didn't realize I was out of potatoes until I started making the stew. I started making the stew and I was like, son of a gun. Oh, it starts me on easy. That's good. Is the president in this Bill Pullman or Bill Paxton? Dang, I don't actually remember. Yeah, I can never remember which Bill is Bill. No, it wasn't Bill Paxton. It must have been Bill Pullman. Yeah, it was Bill Pullman. Yeah, it was that Bill. What's your opinion about Pizza Hut? Do you even eat there? It's been a long time since I've had any Pizza Hut. It's one of the sloppiest fast food pizzas, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you want a bunch of slop. Sometimes you want nothing but slop. And if that's what you want, a Pizza Hut's your place. No one slops it better. No one slops it more than Pizza Hut. Throttle up. Alright, throttle up. Throttle down. Both of them to brake. Rather go to Little Caesars for slop. Little Caesars doesn't really make... I mean, Little Caesars makes cheap pizza, but it's like snack pizza. It's not slop. When I say slop, I mean Pizza Hut makes the kind of pizza you could really... Like, if you drop a Little Caesars pizza on the floor, it'll fall on the floor like a normal, like, kind of like a frozen pizza would, almost. It'll just flop onto the ground. You drop a Pizza Hut pizza on the floor and it splatters. That pizza's going all over the place. That pizza's hidden places. Throttle up, throttle down. Pitch down, pitch up, bank left, bank right. Mall map alien camera on the A button? What a weird place for a map button. Camera toggle. Neutral flight, roll enable. Bonus fire. Alright, let's see what... This seems to make a little more sense. A button. Oh, the air brake makes a lot less sense, though. Alright, this might make sense. I can't tell. Huh? This might be good. Throttle up, throttle down. Do I really want... God. Marcus, thank you for the $2. If authority is illusion, how will Biden ban Yowie? This is a good question. We need to run some think pieces on this. Is Biden losing control of the Yowie situation? I'm writing an article for an opinion piece for the Wall Street Journal on this. I'm gonna do flight 2. Let's see how this works. Yeah, flight 2. Flight 2 it is. Here we go. We're beginning. Wow, it's Independence Day, the movie. I wonder if YouTube's gonna give me a warning telling me that I'm playing copyrighted material. And that they're gonna shut down the stream if I don't stop. They might. I might get that warning. I'll have to skip this if that pops up. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm keeping an eye on it. This is the movie, by the way. This is Independence Day. This is the feature film Independence Day. Pew pew. I don't think this music was playing in the movie, so that probably helps. Yeah, I think this is different music. You're right. I don't remember the movie having like MIDI music. There are enough pixels for Content ID to recognize it. Content ID has recognized movie footage and stuff like this before. Although the video footage here is also weird. Like, it doesn't look right. I'll be honest, I think it's entirely possible what we're looking at here is someone... I can't imagine they would like point a camera at a projector or something. I don't know. Is it supposed to be that low? I can't imagine that was intentional, but that's definitely how it's playing here. A lot of this wasn't in the movie. Cut footage. Yeah, no idea what was going on with all that. I guess I'll... Yeah, I guess I'll save my game, why not? Oh, I get to pick a... No, I'm just looking at stuff around the scene. Look at those quads. Yeah, there's some good quads here. The game, it seems to be running at a decent frame rate. I really expected this game to run at like 12 frames a second, but it seems to be running at a solid 30, so let's see how it is in actual gameplay.
Eagle 1 here. I'm with Eagle Leader.
Alright, closer to 12.
Alien destroyer is gonna make it tough to track a bandit. Entry. Contact on multiple bandits. On your six, take evasive action.
Alright.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer.
Giorno, thank you for the $2. You like kissing boys, don't you? Interesting question for the super chat. I feel like I'm in the what do you call it, like a committee for un-American activities. They bring me before the committee. You like kissing boys, don't you? Are you a communist? Do you like kissing boys, huh? What do you think about cat boys? What do you think about femboys? What do you think about communist catboy femboys? I would proudly stand up to that committee. Committee of, House Un-American Activities Committee. I would proudly stand up in the House Un-American Activities Committee and say, by God, if it's un-American to want to kiss a femboy cat boy, then I guess count me as un-American. But personally, I think it's my patriotic duty to kiss every cat boy I come across. Can you imagine how differently the movie Independence Day would have gone had the aliens shown up and they were cat boys? I just feel like the fighting spirit for the humans wouldn't be there. I have one kill. Great new script idea. Yeah, they tried to they tried to do a sequel for Independence Day. Probably 5 years ago. I heard it was pretty bad. I didn't see it. Bogey has locked. Bogey has locked. It didn't really work out, but I think I got a new concept for them. If they want to give me the reins of the franchise. I don't actually know what my goal is. I assume I need to destroy all these aliens. Will Smith didn't even want to be in it.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer.
Alright, I gotta take out the generators. I like the idea of a celebrity named Will Smooth. Ah.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer.
All right, I'll keep trying.
Focus on your payload coming home.
I wish that instead of going on his apology tour or whatever for the slapping situation, that Will Smith had just really leaned into the slap and just made that a part of his thing. This is the guy who slaps people now. It just personally shows up places where people have talked about his wife, and he gives him an old-timey slap. He apologized for his shame. Yeah. Yeah, they made him they took him out of so much stuff. There are people in Hollywood who have committed numerous sexual assaults against underage people who have been punished significantly less than Will Smith was for slapping Chris Rock over the comments Chris was making about his wife.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer. On your six, take evasive action. I can't think of get some down right back.
Sky Two Fall, thank you for the $9.99.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer.
You think any femboy cat boys have become masters of the twin arts of lying and violence? Dread avatars of the sublime horrors that underpin our lives. Cute little meow meows of murder. Oh, absolutely, 100%. Are you kidding me? Of course. I did it.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer.
Dang it, there's more. There's more of these. Generator destroyed. Best part of the response was the people saying that Will Smith had made violence against comedians acceptable. Now all comedians would have to fear for their lives. Yeah. There's a thing that happens sometimes where it's like they want to punish this guy on a level on a level that greatly exceeds the thing that he actually did. And so in order to do that, they have to make the thing that he did much more sinister. So it's like Will Smith didn't slap a guy who was saying rude things about his wife. He didn't do that. No, he made a chilling new realm of endless violence against against comedians.
Right on time with the 4th of July.
I did it. I beat the aliens. That would be detention in high school. Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to clean the chalkboards after school back in the day. Entering Washington. Loading. Got caught in front of everyone with recorded footage. You're making it sound as if he attempted to get away with it unknown. As if he was sneaking around looking for the opportunity to slap Chris Rock when nobody noticed, but accidentally did it on stage in a public venue. I should save my game. Why would he do that in front of everyone? Because Chris Rock made some pretty vile comments against against his wife under the guise of comedy in on public television in a major event in front of a huge number of people, and so he reacted in kind in public. Like he wasn't trying to be sneaky about this slap. He was doing it as a public response to a public slight. All right. I guess I'm safe again. I don't know how to go back. All right. Start. My Nana was like, it's fine that he slapped him, but he should have done it backstage afterwards. He's Will Smith certainly wouldn't have gotten quite the backlash that he got if he had been sneaky about it. I do respect that he did it in a way that would end up getting him the most personal consequences against himself. He didn't hide his slap. It would have been much better for him if he had. Is it really that bad of a joke? The reasons why it's bad are complicated. It's not easy to there's like a lot of cultural stuff behind it that I myself as a white person do not particularly like inherently understand. But I understand that Chris Rock definitely did understand it. Given the documentary on black women's hair that he was a part of. He 100% understood the gravity of the comments he was making. I respect the boldness of the slap. Yeah, strategically it was bad, but it was certainly a bold move.
On your six, take evasive action.
I feel like in most instances, walking up and slapping someone is probably an extreme reaction to most things. In this particular case, it's like, alright. I feel like I understand the reason for the slap, and it's a bold move for sure. But I feel like the situation was resolved with the slap, as opposed to the slap then requiring additional resolution.
On your six, take evasive action. Center fire and take the damage.
Yeah, I'm dying here.
Inbound emerging from destroyer.
Uh-oh. Even Chris Rock seemed to understand that was the end of it. It's mostly weird media outlets that made it a big thing. Yeah. I guess I lost. I guess I lost. Get the vibes from Jada Pinkett Smith that she wants to be a victim. Every time I see pictures of her, she has no bald spots. So she's buzzing her hair. She's got cancer, my friend. Like, the treatment for that doesn't remove your hair entirely. People generally buzz their heads to make it looking not patchy and weird. Yeah, that's a pretty normal thing to... What a weird thing to say. I don't think she has cancer. Oh, what is it? What is it she had? Sorry, I thought she was going into cancer treatment. Well, regardless. Alopecia. Hair loss, alright. Yeah, no, same thing then. Like, you can either shave your head, or your hair can look all patchy and strange. Her immune system is attacking her hair. That's it, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking up alopecia images. It's like, yeah, you can go out with your hair like doing this stuff, or you can shave it. And have it even, which is, in my opinion, probably the way to go. Oh, we're back at the beginning. That's fine. I wasn't really understanding that second level, so I guess we'll do the first level again.
Contact on multiple bandits. Hurry! Mobile steel carriers on the destroyer. On your six, take evasive action.
Alright, I'll take evasive action. Alright, I'll take evasive action. Yeah, you got it. I'll do just that. Thank you. Oh. Alopecia. I don't know why I got it in my head that she was getting cancer treatment or something. Never really looked into her life or whatever. I remember seeing some comments about it on Twitter or whatever, but for whatever reason my brain remembered cancer. Immune system stuff, no joke though.
Take out the generators to attack the destroyer.
Should start chopping veggies. Egg salad. Yeah, chop those veggies. Hair loss is devastating for women's body images. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's tends to be true for just people in general, but there are specific cultural things with her in particular that make the situation even more fraught. Still don't recognize myself when I look in the mirror since my hair fell out. Yeah, I've got a number of family members. There's hair loss is pretty common in my family, and it's generally always been a source of pretty extreme anxiety. Not for me personally. I don't seem to suffer that myself, but it can be devastating. I did it. She was shaving her head because she wanted to. I think the joke would be okay. If there's any conditions making you do it, I don't think it's okay. Yeah, it was definitely the specific context around the joke. It was intended to be mean-spirited. We live in a time where a woman with a shaved head is fine. I think there's a difference between, like, fine in the sense of, like, being able to get employment versus, like, fine in the sense of you're still going to constantly get comments about it. Maybe not where you live, but it's not a big deal where I live. I mean, I think Jada Pinkett Smith lives. Where she lives? What? Hollywood? I mean, if this powerful rich woman is getting comments about it. I don't think anyone's going to be safe from it, no matter where they are. Sky to Fall, thank you for the $4.99. Violence is the universal art form. All beings understand it. It's also a terrible thing that cannot create. It's the art of breaking things. Yucky. It's the art of breaking things. Yuck. What's this building? No, I'm getting too close. Bogey has a lot. Bogey. Oh, that's what I'm going after.
Take evasive action.
I guess I'm after some sort of flying thing. I should have read the mission briefing. Dang, how do I get to that thing? It's going so fast. Alright, I think I got one of them. I'm not 100% sure. Dang it, Bogey has a lock. Oh, I got another one. No problem. Got another one. Yeah, we're doing alright now. This is fine. Alright. Okay. See you later, honey bun. Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm finding most of this game incomprehensible, but I'm progressing, I think. I think I am. Oh, I'm out of missiles. That's bad. Maybe I can find some more missiles just kind of laying around.
Take evasive action.
I think I saw some missiles. I don't know where they went, though. And a dating sim segment. Also with Will Smith and an alien.
Take effective action.
Picked up 5 missiles, great. Yeah, let's get Will Smith and one of these aliens together. You think there's any fan fiction about Will Smith's character from Independence Day and an alien?
Take effective action.
Feels like the sort of thing that might exist, but doesn't necessarily definitely exist.
Grab you another fan and free the leader. He's out and looking for the destroyer. On your 6, take effective action.
Need more health.
Level up. He's out and looking for the destroyer.
I can't tell if I'm even supposed to be attacking these things. Or if I'm only supposed to be going for... Oh no, well, goodbye. It's also in Men in Black 2, where he also fell in love with an alien. Did he fall in love with an alien in Men in Black 2? I don't remember that. I guess I don't really remember what happened in Men in Black 2. I know I've also seen Men in Black 3, but I don't remember what it's about. Not only that, but I had forgotten that I had seen it because I couldn't remember anything about it, and went to watch it again and realized I had seen it and stopped watching it, and I still don't remember what it's about. Rosario Dawson. She was an alien in Men in Black 2. She's in disguise as a human woman, so it doesn't count. By my standards, no. Well, we're halfway through the stream. We've got a birthday to celebrate today. We've got a birthday to celebrate. It's Nick's birthday. It's Nick's day. Happy birthday, Nick. Happy birth from Birthday Machine. Hap birth. There you go. Date has been calculated. Let's fill out your birth fate card. What is your luck number for the year? 5,138. Interesting. Well, look out for that one. How's your letter looking? It's looking like a weird dying H. How's the weather? Beautiful. One of my favorite weathers. Any of this hatch an egg? Dog. We got a cake recipe. Birthday Machine has calculated the perfect cake just for you, Nick. Here's your cake. Ingredients: 3 kilograms bread flour, Great flour for a cake. It's definitely the one you want to use. 11 tablespoons blueberry flavoring paste. All right. 31 dragon fruits. Sure, this is a very fruity cake. 9 pounds chocolate sprinkles, the perfect amount. Directions. Sift ingredients into bowl. Broil. Wait, what was that noise? For 153 hours at 191 degrees. I hope this works. Here you go. Birthday machine has looked to the stars. Determine that your friend constellation is the energetic queen. Enemy star is Psi Fae number 9857. Has there been a cosmic event? No. Sorry, we went right on to the answer. No, there has not been. Everyone gather round, it's time to sing. To who? To Nick. Join me if you can. Yip yip birthday for Nick. Hip hooray, hip hip Nick. The eggs of our future. The C and the Nick. Beep boop beep 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 Nick. What if ghosts haunt our Nick? We cannot contain you. This was a good song. I suppose it was. Finally, we have a one-of-a-kind work of art created by the machine just for you, Nick. Here it is, your one-of-a-kind work of art.
I love you.
Beautiful. Another great piece by Birthday Machine. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Nick. Just a great, perfect, beautiful day. And many more. Music from the beginning of Comic-Con Phase 2 from something. Yeah, it's the funeral music for Queen Mary. It's been used in a couple of things. Notably A Clockwork Orange, although it's shown up in a few other places. Chad, thank you for the $5. You get 10 million to write a movie about the slap, full creative control. What do you make? As in, wait, so you're saying, okay. So someone's giving me, is the budget for the movie 10 million or am I getting paid 10 million to write the script? It's an important distinction. I need to know, is this going to be a movie with a larger than 10 million budget? Or is the movie itself going to be $10 million? Yeah, let me think. Both. Wait, so I get paid 10 million and then there's no budget for the thing? Is the total budget for the project 20 million? I get paid 10 million and then the people making the movie have $10 million to make the movie. I think I recognize the music from Conker's Bad Fur Day, actually. I haven't actually played Conker's Bad Fur Day, but from what I know of Conker's Bad Fur Day, I feel like it probably would have been used as a reference to A Clockwork Orange. But yeah, it is a classical piece. Funeral of Queen Mary. Yeah, music for the funeral of Queen Mary. Henry Purcell. 1680. No. When was this written? $16.95. 1695, yeah. How do I load my game? Conker's Bad Fur Day does have Clockwork Orange reference. Yeah, it feels like the sort of thing a Conker's Bad Fur Day would do. I wasn't doing it as a reference to anything. I just like the piece. I like using classical works as music. Good piece, it certainly is. Like I used Pachelbel's canon in D for the 12th Llamas with Hats episode. Let's try this again.
Eagle 1 here. I'm with Eagle here. That alien destroyer is gonna make it tough to track them bandits, so look sharp. Entry, contact a multiple bandits. Smoky on your tail and coming home.
I enjoyed the article in the newspaper about the stock market pleasing 49,000 dead people. Yeah, I was hoping that the actual text of the article was still going to be easily readable. That's why I moved the thing so close to the... I can't believe this didn't actually load my game. I don't understand how to load load stuff. But VHS resolution is 240p, so it just totally wasn't. I think if you really squint, you can make most of it out, but yeah, the Carla Cop face stuff, I do actually transfer it to an actual VHS tape and then capture the VHS. It's not like a filter or something I'm putting on it. It's just a real actual VHS. VHS is progressive frame. No, it's complicated. What you end up with when capturing is progressive frame, but it's not. Take out the generators to attack the destroyer. It's not actually 240i isn't right. I don't think. 480i is also not right. It's very strange. I wrapped my head around it at some point. I went to film school after we had Blu-ray. Yeah, when I went to film school, they were still shooting on film. I don't know if there was Blu-ray at that point. We didn't use tape formats. want to use film. Honestly, I found it kind of a pain in the butt.
Emerging from destroyer. Smoking on your tail and coming home. Take out the generator to attack the destroyer.
Super 16 might be fun. I appreciate all the different ways of recording stuff. I personally don't ever want to film anything on actual film reel again. This is a personal choice. But, you know, I am transferred stuff to VHS, so I have some sort of respect for the different mediums and the different ways in which they change a piece. Nice. It's one of the songs in there adapted from an older song of yours, Nuts About Pistachios. Yeah, that song itself was written specifically because of Charlie the Unicorn, though. So I wanted to incorporate it into the finale. Because the first Charlie episode, the song in there was not a melody that I had written myself. It's like an old Polish folk song. And after that video blew up, I was like, I want to learn how to write musical stuff myself. And that was the first song that I wrote. And didn't end up using it in Charlie the Unicorn initially, but saved it for the right project, and that right project ended up being the Charlie finale. Alright, let's try this again. Got him. I had to deal with a interesting thing that I've never had to deal with. The latest Carla Copface. I don't know how much about audio science people here know. But the Carla face on my computer, it's mixed at 48 kilohertz. It's just that the document's mixed at. I transferred it to VHS, which dramatically reduces the audio fidelity in half, actually. It's like 22 kilohertz instead of 48. There's a thing that can happen when that sort of conversion isn't perfect, and it's called aliasing. If you imagine like aliasing, yeah. If you imagine all of the different frequencies that can be reproduced by sound, the lower the sample rate, the fewer frequencies that it's able to reproduce. And sometimes when that conversion is improper, you end up with something called aliasing, where some of those frequencies that are beyond the scope of the of the sample rate that you're actually recording it get misconstrued as a different frequency, and you end up with weird sound artifacts and stuff. That ended up happening with one specific small section of this video. Specifically, and I don't know why, the sound effect where the police chief is vanishing in and out. That sound, for some reason, ended up with aliasing. I was able to fix it in post-production. I had to essentially EQ that out. But it was interesting looking at the graph of the sound afterwards. It was just this weird line. Strange line through my sound. It sounded terrible. Remix it at 22 kilohertz, maybe. Yeah, I think pre-down mixing it might have been a tone solution, but an actual 22 kilohertz audio transferred to VHS and back would, I think, sound worse than just having the VHS conversion transferred, because it's not quite the digital cutoff. If you look at the actual like spectrum of the audio, there's like it's like a fade out. It's not like a hard edge. But I was able to fix it, so it's not like a big problem or whatever. And I've never had that problem before with the process that I use. It's just never actually been an issue, and I'm not really sure what it is about these specific sound effects that caused it. Dead. This game's not super interesting. This game's not particularly compelling. Independence Day on the Sega Saturn. I never answered the slap movie question. Alright. Haven't seen one alien. Yeah, I haven't seen a single ding-dang alien. I haven't seen one alien. I don't think that I have a great idea for a slap feature film. I do know that the actual moment that the slap happens, it would be filmed very dramatically. Slow motion, 40 different camera angles. The camera zooming really close into the hand as it's heading towards the face. The rippling of the flesh as the impact occurs. 7-minute sequence of just the slap happening. Let me see if I can load my save. Going back to the Grand Canyon, alright. Would you agree that Battleship was a better movie than this? I don't know. It's a very... those movies have very similar vibes. Battleship has a lot more to discuss. There's a lot more to pick apart with Battleship. I feel like there's a lot more interesting filmmaking going on in Independence Day. I think Battleship would have the edge if it had been a bunch of practical effects. I feel like in my slap movie, the slap would happen right at the beginning of the film. And then it would transition to something else entirely for the rest of the movie. I would just get the slap out of the way so I could get to the real good stuff. What would that good stuff be? It could really be anything. I'd make sure the audience is satisfied with the slap content. You know, do a big amount of slap filmmaking. Independence Day. Here we are, flying around. I just can't get past the second level, and I can't... I saved the game after beating the first level, but when I load my save, it brings me back to the first level again. I've just been in this first level most of the stream. And based on what I've seen of the second level, I don't think I'm necessarily missing anything, not seeing more than this one level. Slap would have to be filmed with the practical text, the spirit of the original film. Just imagine building like a... Let's build a giant Will Smith hand and a giant Chris Rock face. and then catapult them into each other. Just a giant Chris Rock head and a giant Will Smith hand. 2 catapults. They both fire at the same time. The trajectory calculated so that they meet in the air.
Sound emerging from destroyer.
Aliens frozen for 15 seconds. I think I'd probably be having a little bit of a better time if I didn't have a headache right now. It's harder to make your own fun when such is your circumstances. Such sound design. I wonder how many of these sound effects are library sounds. It's hard to tell because I have a hard time recognizing, like, gunshot sounds from different libraries. They just all kind of sound the same to me. Oh, gunshots an easy sound to create. I mean, it's easy to fire a gun. It's actually reasonably hard. It's easier nowadays. It would have been difficult to record those sound effects back in the day because of sound peaking. Like, you need the right type of microphone that's not just going to get destroyed by the volume. And then you need to be able to record at a pretty precise level. Because you don't want it to be... If it's too high, it gets completely blown out. If it's too low, then you're not going to have any detail. Way easier today than when this game was made. Yeah, if you got like a 32-bit floating point recorder, then most of those problems are removed. You just need the right microphone and you're golden. I mean, that's not all you need, but... Thank you. Okay. Do you even need 32-bit? I mean, none of these were recorded with 32-bit. You don't need... Most of these sounds would have been recorded with 16-bit equipment, but given the time period. I mean, most of this stuff would have been recorded with tape deck stuff. It wouldn't have even necessarily been digital initially, only for the mastering. But what I'm saying is 32-bit would have made it easier. Because with 32-bit floating point, it's not so much about the extra clarity or whatever that's going to add to the sound, which is essentially moot. But you just can't peak. The digital audio cannot peak at 32-bit floating point. The microphone has physical limits to what it can record, but 32-bit digital is peakless. If the sound records 1,000 times over the line, you can just bring it back down. You can totally peak. No, you can't peak in terms of the digital recording. With 32-bit, it's floating point. the point floats. Going to level 2. So, like in a modern context, recording a gun shooting or any kind of loud sound in general is easier if you've got 32-bit floating point. But back in the day, they were using much more simple equipment.
Sound emerging from destroyer.
32-bit has a separate room where it changes in so the sounds can't peak. No peaking.
Great shot, Eagle Leader.
We'll investigate this floating point business. Yeah, it's a different way of recording digital sound. I've got a Zoom, I think it's a F8, which does 32-bit now. That's how I record my sound libraries these days. It's a lot easier because you don't have to Zoom H4n. Yeah, that was my previous Zoom. I've got one of the 32-bit float point ones now. You just don't need to actually pay attention. I mean, you should pay attention to the levels. But you don't need to worry about bringing the files in and discovering, oh no, it's all the way to the top. So I thought I knew. I mean, you could do pretty much anything with the Zoom H4n. You can just be a lot more lackadaisical with something with 32-bit float. Like, you're not going to get any higher sound quality with 32-bit over 24-bit. Like, in a technical sense, you might, but in a realistic, real-world sense, there's going to be no difference in sound quality, but if your sounds are getting blown out, it's only because of whatever the physical limits are on your actual microphone, as opposed to because the volume exceeded the recorder's levels. level. It's just never happened. Gotta set your sensitivity. Yeah, it's nice not having to set any of that. It's nice being like, alright, I'm going out and recording. Whatever I record, I bring it back in, and then I can just increase or decrease the volume in post. No problem. Thank you. I'm glad too. NPC. Yeah, what's this? I'm invincible for 20 seconds. Wow.
Another bandit free the leader.
Noise floor is still effective with this floating point stuff. Yeah, you still gotta watch out for noise floor, especially if you're recording a lot of real quiet stuff. Free Redmond, thank you for the $5. Prepare to address the allegations that Carla Copface is also the chief from Dad Cop 2. Well, the Carla's not the chief from Dad Cop 2. I guess that's the only way I can address those allegations. I deny them entirely. Dang it, Bogey's got a lock. How could Bogey do this to me? I get them off my back. Oh, these aliens. Oh, these dang aliens. Oh, these son of a gun aliens. I hate them. Get them off my back. I hate aliens on my back. On my human back. I still don't really know what I'm supposed to do in this level. I've played it a number of times. I just kind of fly around shooting at stuff. I've got a waypoint on my minimap but I never really understand what it's telling me to go to.
Thank you, leader.
No, we're just about destroyed.
On your six, take evasive action.
I have severe plane damage. I think this is the end for me. Farewell, everyone. Farewell, world. Go to the options menu, enter your name as Red Army. Exit to the game select screen and quickly press left, right. Oh, thank you. Up, down. X, Z, Y. Alright, I'll enter some cheat codes. Why not? Player name. I thought it was going to be quicker getting to R that way. Alright, Red Army it is. End. Exit to the game select screen. Quickly press left, right, up, down, X, Z, Y. Alright. Invincibility on. Damn it. Oh, what is all this stuff? Wow, we can go anywhere. Area 51. I think you said you wanted to see the mothership, so why not? I don't know what BAC is. But we're gonna play it. Welcome to Mommy Ship. Walt already said Mommy Ship in chat. Sorry, Walt. Oh, I do love calling motherships Mommy Ships, though. We're heading to Mommy World. Mommy, with the ship. There it is. There's that son of a bun ship. Things are very dark. It's hard to see. Mother. Mother, are you here? Mother. Mother, where are you? We've made it. Get ready, everyone. Get ready to see what there is to see inside of the mothership. Mothership mission objective: destroy the central docking bay. Use the warp tube to find and destroy the main power source. Alright. Cheat mode enabled. Yeah, well, here we are. Sorry, you can't pull me up. I'm invincible. I'm sorry. I'm invincible. You can't blow me up. It's impossible. Destroy docking pod. I'm gonna try. I'm really trying my best to destroy this pod. I can't figure out how to move around right. I can't figure out how to move around correctly. Is this the loading pod? It's so hard to fly this thing. This ship is terrible. Doesn't move normal. It moves all alien-like. It moves all like an alien would. I guess good job on that, team. Remember in the movie Independence Day where they've got the alien in the lab behind the glass, and then the alien gets loose and grabs one of the human beings by the throat and is talking through this, I think, dead human. And the dead human's voice comes booming through unnaturally. Get me a Dr. Pepper, ice cold. I want an ice cold Dr. Pepper. Real sugar. Glass bottle, none of the corn syrup crap. Get me an ice cold Dr. Pepper. Call of Duty, that Battle Royale. No, I don't think there's any Call of Duty game on any of the systems we stream from that's still going to have online functionality at this point. I do agree with you about the quality of this particular title, but we only stream really old stuff here. I really can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. I know there's a big white arrow pointing me in the right direction, but even with that, I don't know how to describe the flying here either, because it is hard to get around. Oh, I think I understand some of what I've been having a problem with. For some reason with the alien ship and not with the other ships, the directions are relative to the ship's position, which makes sense from a control perspective. It doesn't make sense from like a gameplay perspective, like a logical perspective. Like, I can go right here by pressing up. And now I can go right here by pressing down. It's all because of how my ship is positioned. But every time I turn, my ship not only turns, but it also repositions itself in a way so that up and down no longer mean the same thing. The ship is constantly changing itself, and also thus changing my controls. These are some of the most confusing flight controls I've ever experienced in a video game. And I understand it now. I'm adapting to it, but it is wildly unintuitive. I think it probably would make a sort of sense if the act of turning didn't reposition you in a way that also changed the characteristics of your flight at the same time. Tank controls. It's not quite tank controls. Easier if you had tentacles. This would all make sense if I had those big old cool tentacles. You could surgically get tentacles attached to you. Would you do it? If you could just have some tentacles, that could be anywhere. Attach it wherever you want. Would you get tentacles installed? For the sake of argument, they're going to be useful tentacles, very dexterous. It'll probably take you a little bit of time to get used to controlling them, but they're not just going to be like aesthetic. It'll be kind of like, you know, like a monkey tail situation. Buddha Cruz, thank you for the $5. As a kid, I saw an IMAX/big screen documentary with behind-the-scenes practical effects in movies. It had slow motion footage of the exploding miniatures in ID4. That's pretty neat. Yeah, they did some great practical effects in that movie. there's something impressive about seeing a special effect on screen and knowing that this is a thing that happened in the actual world. That, like, maybe the scale is made to be, to seem differently. Maybe there's been color correction added or whatever, but the actual event that you're seeing really happened somewhere. There was a tiny building that blew up. There's something to that. Well, I guess we're at the end of the stream. This is kind of a dull game, but it runs reasonably well on the Sega Saturn. There's a lot of games exactly like this that absolutely do not run well on the Sega Saturn, so good job from a technical aspect. Whoever programmed this game, that team did pretty good work here. I apparently accomplished something. Independence Day came out nearly 30 years ago. Yeah, that is a long time ago. Oh. Long time ago. We're done. Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. Tapped out immediately when the clock hit. Yeah, this isn't, I really feel like I could have made a better time of it had I not, had this headache, but them's the breaks. Well, be back tomorrow. I'm playing something sent into the P.O. box. Not sure what game. But I'm sure it'll be a delight. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I'm sure I'll feel better tomorrow. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, everyone. A great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.